All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And today's a great day. Why, you might ask? Because we are finally dropping off the Shelby GT350 at Pat Built Performance for its new twin disc clutch. Now, the clutch we're going with is the Vengeance Stage 2. This is gonna be a clutch that is gonna be able to support the horsepower that the Shelby GT350 is making with the ESS G3R Supercharger with the 110mm pulley on E85. Now, I'm gonna go in further detail while we're driving up there on why I went with the Vengeance Stage 2 clutch versus the Vengeance Stage 3, or maybe even something like the McLeod or the RPS Triple, which is incredibly expensive, but I have heard some good reviews about it. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get a cold start, load up the car with what we have currently, because I am still waiting on some components. UPS has been slacking. I'm gonna have to make like 2 trips today. It is what it is. But yeah, if you guys enjoy, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and let's get on with it. All right, let's get this cold start. It's rush hour traffic right now. It is what it is. Hopefully it's not too overbearing in the audio. 3, 2, 1. Time for oil change as well. We're at 3,000 miles. A lot of these are just like cruising. Getting that done as well. Smell that E85, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta do our pre-flight set. Y'all know the vibes. Can as well. I got caught in the rain. Well, not really, but water got dropped on the car. Crazy. Let me know what y'all think of the sound. I said I was gonna put a cat back on it, but honestly, I love the way this car sounds dumb. I really do. Alright, so I'm gonna let the car warm up, and then we'll load it up and we're gonna head out. I know I'm gonna have to make another trip. It is what it is. I'm trying to see if I can get lucky. Maybe I'll see the UPS truck drive by. I'm like, yes! But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
A few moments later.
Alright, so got everything that I have currently loaded up. I'm gonna have to make another trip. I know this for a fact. Come on, UPS truck. Where you at? Where you at? If I get the notification and I'm like 15 minutes out, I'm turning around and coming back. I ain't gonna lie. All right, on the road. I know this stock clutch is tired. When the transmission is dropped and the stock clutch is removed, I will 100% show you guys what it looks like. Let me know down in the comment section how bad you think the stock clutch is gonna look. I think it's gonna be quite bad. Now, I actually have, I believe, the original stock clutch that was in this car when I first bought it. So, if I still have it, if I can find it, I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I'm gonna set them side by side so we can look at them to see exactly how bad the one that is currently in the car that's about to come out. I'm real curious, y'all. I'm real curious. And also, when we get to the shop, or I should say when everything arrives, I will do an unboxing of the Vengeance Stage 2 clutch. Now, let me go ahead and explain why I went with the Vengeance Stage 2 clutch as opposed to the Stage 3 clutch or some of the other options that are on the market. Realistically, from what I have seen, from what I have read, or from what I have heard, you can't necessarily go wrong. It just depends on how you drive the one, there are a few Shelby GT350 owners that are making similar horsepower to me that are running the Vengeance Stage 2 clutch, no issues with a stock transmission. That's very important, with a stock transmission, because if you put a clutch that is too strong, you can risk going ahead and damaging the transmission. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, if you blow the transmission, go ahead and put a T56 Magnum in the car. Yes, that is an option, but personally, I like the way that the Tremec 3160 feels. I like the gear ratios. I do not want to go ahead and alter how the car feels and potentially make it slower or make it feel a little bit more awkward, because from what I've seen, the Tremec T56 with a Sentry blower just doesn't mix whatsoever. Every single person that I've talked to that has a Tremec and a Sentry blower, it's not like they're unhappy, but there's a lot of things that you have to go ahead and do that realistically, like, you wouldn't have to do if you were to just rebuild and strengthen the transmission that comes with the car, especially a Shelby GT350, because most of the Tremec T56 guys, they're twin turbo. They're not necessarily centrifugal supercharged. Now, you can get a stage 1 rebuild, which I know for a fact will be perfectly fine with the horsepower that I'm making, for like $2,000. And then on top of that, if you go on the more affordable side, like what I did with a Vengeance Stage 2 or even a Stage 3 or a McLeod RXT, for $3,500 you can essentially get a built transmission, or I should say reinforced transmission, and a clutch that will be able to support the horsepower. Now, there are other options, a lot more expensive options. The RPS triple is like over $3,000. I've heard great reviews about it, but at the same time, personally for me, I was not going to spend $3,000 on a clutch when the car still has a stock transmission, because if the transmission breaks with that clutch, it's going to be even more to go ahead and get it fixed. And then on top of that, at that point, you have other options with clutches as well. So I decided to go with the Vengeance Stage 2 because, number one, it is on the more affordable side. I know it will work because I have seen and heard other cars with that clutch that are making the same horsepower I am with the same type of supercharger. And if I wanted to go ahead and pull this transmission out, $2,000, I could get it reinforced, which in all reality would not be a bad idea. It would be actually smart to do so while it is in good working condition. If I were to go ahead and drop down to, let's say, like the 95mm pulley, obviously that is built motor territory. I don't think I'm gonna go that low. I don't at all. I think this 110 is like where I need to stay at realistically. The 100mm max, but even that does risk damaging the transmission, because I actually raced a Shelby GT350, a Whipple Shelby GT350 that had a McLeod clutch, an RXT, was making 1,000 horsepower with the stock transmission, and when he shifted from second to third, he blew the transmission. So that's exactly why I'm not putting a clutch that is incredibly strong grabbing, because that RXT can hold 1,000. This Vengeance Stage 2 could hold, you know, 850 foot-pounds of torque. That's what it's rated at. Most of these clutches are rated at torque values. So I don't want something that's going to be overpowering the transmission and potentially breaking, because it'd be real bad if I swap the clutch and first pull, you know, the transmission goes bye-bye. So that's exactly why I went with the clutch that I went with. And honestly, I think that's why the transmission is still alive now, is because I had a stock clutch in it. Obviously, it's not, you know, the original stock clutch, but a stock clutch in the car, which honestly lasted a lot longer than it realistically should have. Like, this clutch should have been done, like, as soon as I put the car on E85 with the Pro Charger setup, this stock clutch should have left it chapped, but it didn't, and that's actually pretty impressive. I mean, the Shelby GT350 stock clutch, I say it all the time, if you're not going to make over 800 horsepower, I would just leave it alone. And if it does mess up, put another stock clutch in the car, because worst case scenario, the clutch goes bad, your transmission most likely is going to survive, and you just can keep it moving. So that's food for thought for y'all. And you know, honestly, do I regret putting another stock clutch in here? Absolutely not, because I got it for free. Even if I had to pay for it, I don't regret it, because it has lasted way longer than it should have. I'm telling y'all, if I never went with the ESS G3R with that 115mm pulley, it still would be fine 100%. But obviously, I'm super happy that this car has an ESS blower on it, because this performance, in my personal opinion, is pretty fucking stout. Like, the car is running a lot harder, and it's beating a lot of cars that it 100% should not be beating on the pulley it's on. I mean, 110 is not necessarily a small pulley. When we get to like the 105 and the 100, yeah, then we can say it's on a smaller pulley. But like, this is pretty ridiculous for what it's doing. I mean, this not really pulleyed down whatsoever. 120, 115, 110. So I'm 2 sizes down, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. This car could make like 880. It might not even make a 900. The lower the better, realistically. But from what I have ran up against, I could not really confirm, but you know, we can see, you know, if I were to put it on the dyno, it would most likely make 900, no more than like 920. But it's stout, and I do believe the Vengeance Stage 2 is going to be the way to go. So hopefully we can get out this dang rush hour traffic, because this is actually quite crazy. I'm gonna catch up with y'all when I get to the shop. Hopefully I get a text message like very soon saying, hey, your stuff's arrived, so I can turn around and go pick it up. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
One eternity later.
All right, just dropped the car off. The last part that I did need just arrived like 15 minutes after I left. I knew that was gonna happen. It is what it is. Gonna come back up, and we're gonna unbox the clutch. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get the car back, but most important thing is it's getting done. It's a big ass tire. Where is my Uber at? Here is the Uber. Hello, Mr. Brandon.
Hello.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Flashback.
What you think, man? You had a good time?
Trash.
Trash?
Trash.
You done with the NA stuff?
You won't see me out, bro.
You won't?
I won't be out again. I'm literally tomorrow morning. I'm filling up on full 93, bro.
Is that bad?
It's just trash.
Dude, what happened?
It's just trash.
I don't blame him though.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to get boosted.
Yep.
Like, I'm super, like, I'm starting to get like antsy now.
Yep.
But no, I don't care about the comments. What the fuck, bro? You better chill.
Dude, I was about to do that. I'm about to see some nicotine rage.
Yeah.
You thought he was mad when the night didn't go how he wanted. Woo!
You be walking home.
He's happy walking home.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man, nah, he good people. My right hand man, he playing, guys. Oh man, I really should throw that shit out the window though. All right, so it's a few hours later. We're back at the shop. Finally got the clutch here, so hopefully we can get this installed within the next couple of days. I'm praying that this Stage 2 Vengeance clutch is gonna be able to hold up to the horsepower. 900 wheel. I know some people have already been doing it. Hopefully I could do it as well. Let me go ahead and unbox this, because it's actually pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie, like, I actually struggled to go ahead and pick it up, but it might be because I'm just weak. But the clutch was heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I did not get like a lightweight flywheel, because I don't like the feel of lightweight flywheels. I like the way that like the stock weighted flywheel feels, just for like driving around, and also hard pulls as well. It just feels a lot better and more forgiving. Yes, the lightweight flywheel technically is something that would have benefited me, especially because I like to race the car a lot, but I also like to drive the car, obviously just to get groceries, to cars and coffee, just to cruise it in general. We're gonna see if this Vengeance Stage 2 clutch can get that done. All right, y'all, here's the box. packaged up nicely, real nice. Like I said, it was kind of heavy, but it might be just because I'm weak. Vengeance clutch. See if I can go ahead and even get it out. If I can't, that's a good thing, because that means it's packaged up real nice. We got it. Here we go. Some stickers, instruction manual for the break-in procedure, which I am going to follow. All the foam, and here's the clutch, y'all. Alignment tool, Loctite. I believe this also has the pilot bearing in here as well. I believe, so that could be down here somewhere else, but here's the clutch. Obviously, I'm not gonna unbox the whole thing, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to get a 6-putt clutch just for the fact that I had a 6-putt clutch before, not in this car. I had one in my Subaru, and it might have been because that was the first car I learned how to drive manual on. I burned it up pretty quick. It was like an on-off switch. This is not a 6-putt, obviously, as you can tell, but I think we'll be good. I'm keeping this kind of wrapped up, but y'all can see. I think we'll be good. This is a unit. Let me tell you this. This is an absolute unit. It feels quality. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna head back home now. Hopefully get the car back within the next couple of days with the new clutch, the new slave cylinder, and we can start the break-in miles, because it is gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna be doing it the right way. So you gotta do 500 miles to break in a clutch. And if you don't do it, well, you could run into some issues and be back in 30 days. Ask me how I know, ladies and gentlemen. Ask me how I know. Ugh. Good old S650. Badass daily driver and part-time race car. That is for sure. Woo. All right, back at the casa. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. I'll keep you guys up to date on everything involved with this clutch job. I am going to be showing the clutch that's in the car currently, how it looks, and also I will be comparing the old stock clutch that was in the car when I did actually first take delivery. I'm curious to see how both of those look side by side. So if you guys are excited, do your thing, and above all, stay safe out there, y'all. Deuces.